when you look at some of these things that are done at the policy level through the legislative process, take the fourplex bill, for example, where you start out with an idea and then it goes through the committee process and these restrictions and amendments get tacked on that altogether make it, very, very unlikely that it would produce a meaningful amount of housing. That may be ineffective, but when does it cross over into being actually illegal?
So the fourplex law by itself, there was nothing illegal about the fourplex law. What it means is that that San Francisco is not doing what it needs to do to allow new housing to get built, and that is not okay under state law. The entire system, San Francisco's entire housing system, it's rotten to the core. It needs to be dramatically changed to prioritize the creation of new housing.
You tweeted something interesting the other day, and this was, I believe, after the mayor vetoed that fourplex bill that we've been talking about. And you wrote that due to its anti-housing policies, SF is on thin ice legally. And you later said that you see a state lawsuit on the horizon. Can you explain what you mean by that? What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco has now started to regularly violate state law. This isn't new, actually. San Francisco has long violated state law for decades. San Francisco ignored state law requiring cities to allow accessory dwelling units, in-law units. For decades, San Francisco ignored the state density bonus. San Francisco's system is designed to make it easy for people to obstruct or dramatically delay new housing. San Francisco has not provided an adequate response to that. And other than the charter amendment that the mayor has proposed, which Supervisor Chan is trying to sabotage, other than that, San Francisco has shown no indication that it's going to change how it operates. And so my view is that the state should sue San Francisco to enforce state housing law. In terms of enforcement, the Attorney General can sue the city on a specific project or on an entire system. And that has happened before. The other thing that can happen is a developer can sue the city for illegally rejecting a project, and the state can intervene and support the lawsuit. I think it's not tenable for the state to just sit by while San Francisco thumbs its nose at state housing law. I want to contrast this with the city of LA. The city of LA has very, very rough housing politics, rougher housing politics in some ways than San Francisco has. And yet LA has produced a pretty good housing element. If LA can do it, San Francisco certainly can do it. And the question is whether San Francisco will have the political will to comply with state law.